History holds the answers, or does it? From forgotten maps to ancient secrets buried in plain sight, the world's greatest mysteries remain unsolved, and the truth lies hidden, waiting for you to uncover it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Histories, Mysteries, and Conspiracies. Season 2, Unraveling the Unknown. Where the past isn't just a story, it's a puzzle. Are you ready to piece it together? Lightning, the fire of the gods, carves the earth with a force beyond human comprehension. Pliny the Elder. Was the earth carved by plasma? This is part 3 of the Electric Universe series. The earth trembled and quaked, and the foundations of the mountains shook. They trembled because he was angry. Smoke rose from his nostrils. Consuming fire came from his mouth. Burning coals blazed out of it. He parted the heavens and came down. Dark clouds were under his feet. He mounted the cherubim and flew. He soared on the wings of the wind. He made darkness his covering, his canopy around him, the dark rain clouds of the sky. Out of the brightness of his presence, clouds advanced, with hailstones and bolts of lightning. The Lord thundered from heaven. The voice of the Most High resounded. He shot his arrows and scattered the enemy. With great bolts of lightning, he routed them. The valleys of the sea were exposed, and the foundations of the earth laid bare at your rebuke, Lord, at the blast of breath from your nostrils. Psalm 18, 7, 15. These words weren't meant to describe rain. They speak of raw energy, of lightning that splits mountains, of fire that carves valleys. But what if these ancient words describe real phenomena? What if plasma, not water or meteors, shaped the most iconic features on Earth? Did plasma, not water or impacts, carve Earth's most iconic features like the Grand Canyon, meteor craters, or bizarre landforms? Potentially, there's a compelling alternative theory that plasma discharge events shaped parts of Earth's surface, and some of it is visually and scientifically intriguing, even if it's not accepted by mainstream geology. Is the Grand Canyon a gigantic plasma scar? The Grand Canyon is vast, too vast, some say, to have been carved by the Colorado River alone. Researchers from the Thunderbolts Project suggest a radical idea. The Grand Canyon may have been carved not over millions of years, but in hours or days, by a colossal plasma discharge like a cosmic lightning strike from above. Their reasoning: the canyon is too massive and the river is too small to have carved it at that scale. The side canyons and tributaries are not consistent with typical erosion flow. The canyon edges and sheer cliffs look more like arc machining scars, which are typical of plasma discharge patterns in lab experiments. In some areas, a white powdery or chalky coating appears along cliffs or canyon walls. These could be residues left from plasma discharge, especially when concentrated in non-water-worn patterns. Comparison evidence. In fact, electric arc experiments on rock and sediment create patterns very similar to the Grand Canyon. Some even say the Grand Canyon looks like a Lichtenberg figure, a natural fractal pattern caused by electrical discharge. Are these giant craters caused by meteors or by plasma discharge? Some so-called impact craters on Earth may not be from meteors at all, but from massive plasma discharges that mimic impact geometry. Take the meteor crater in Arizona, known as the Barringer crater. Traditional science suggests that this crater was caused by a meteor impact some 50,000 years ago. The problem with this is that most of the meteoroid mass is missing. There are electrical and magnetic anomalies at the site, and there is no central peak often found in true impact craters. Another theory exists suggesting that a high-energy electric discharge from space could create a nearly identical circular depression without leaving behind a large meteorite. With their sharp symmetry and unnatural shapes, the canyons of Utah, known as the Canyonlands, look less like rivers carved them and more like something burned them out. Anthony Parrott, a plasma physicist at Los Alamos, reproduced similar shapes in plasma discharge experiments. Could these landforms be giant, fossilized scars of electric storms from the ancient sky? Standing alone in Wyoming, Devil's Tower is thought to be a volcanic plug. But look again. The columnar structure, like the stump of a cosmic tree, has led electric universe theorists to propose a different explanation. It may have been formed by a massive plasma discharge, creating columnar jointing as molten material cooled under intense electrical stress. Fulgurites are what happens when lightning strikes the ground, fusing sand or rock into glass. Mainstream science acknowledges this. But what if it happened on a planetary scale? What if entire mountains or valleys were forged in a moment under blinding electric current? The electric universe theory says it's possible, and we may be looking at the evidence already. Could lightning actually cause volcanic eruptions? In the electric universe model, extreme lightning strikes may create pressure, shock quartz, and even trigger magma movement. That would rewrite the geology books. But it might explain the strange behavior of volcanoes, sometimes erupting without warning. So, was the Earth carved by plasma? Could Earth, not just the life upon it, but the very crust beneath our feet, have been shaped by a series of cataclysmic electrical events? Could the myths of gods hurling lightning, of sky fires and thundering voices, actually be distorted memories of real plasma events? The Grand Canyon, craters with no impactor. Fulgurites, Devil's Tower, and canyons too complex for wind and water. We're told to accept the erosion theory. But some scars might not have been worn down. They may have been burned in. Bravo. Select an option for more.